Well, hey there, guys. Kind of want to change things up just a little bit here, and kind of just express something that's kind of been a little bit heavy on my heart and very close to home. Um, I'm not sure if this has made national news yet, although I know the original story was national news. But I know our local news stations have, been, of course, following this. We had what happened is back in 2002, there was a young college student from Marshall University named Samantha Burns who basically was killed. Like I said, back in 2002. They had got the killers, but they've had no success in finding her body. And it seems like in the past, like I said, this was 2002, within the past week, or actually a little over a week, there's been a new lead in terms of where her body might be located. And the lead has led the police, and actually the FBI is now involved, to a home that is approximately a mile from where I grew up. My later high school years and throughout my college life, I lived in a house that was approximately about a mile where this where the body is supposed to be located. So, and the thing about it is the murder took place while I was living at that house. I was living with my mom at the time there. So, like I said, it's very close to home. For me, like I said, a good portion of my life was spent at that residence. Like I said, that was within a mile of where this young woman's body was supposedly buried. Even when I was going to college, the murder had taken place at that time while I was in college. So, while I was going to college, the murder had took place, and if these tips are true, then that body was buried while I was very near down the road from where all this took place. So, like I said, it hit real close to home. I mean, the tips and things that are going on is from this one woman's husband. And of course the woman is denying that she ever said these things to him and stuff like that. If you guys know the story, you can kind of research on your own and kind of find out the whole details. I won't provide those. But like I said, just to me, it has a big impact to me. Like I said, just because this occurred so, such a short distance from where I, was living at the time and all that. So it has a big effect on me, and I know the area pretty well, where this is at. And honestly, my mother and sister both live, in that same general area, so they're very close to all the, attention and everything. So I think the last I heard, they were the bodies. Actually, the bodies. They're saying there's actually more than one body, not just this one woman that was killed. They have already, pretty much began the investigation, started digging around the property to look for the bodies. So, like I said, all this is very close to where my mother and sister live. So, again, to me, it's just mind-blowing that this was so close to, where I was living. From what I'm gathering, like I said, you guys can check the details for yourself. I know it's early in the investigation, early in the, in the process of trying to locate the bodies if they are there. The husband is the one who's been kind of saying, or has basically given the tips to the authorities about all this, because he said, like I said, he said his wife had confessed it. I'm actually siding with him in this case. I really think that he's legit and all that, but if that's the case, I hope that we can get some closure to this young woman that was killed. I hope that justice will be done here if this was the case, and I think that the husband there should be, definitely be given a, well, basically deemed as a hero, in my opinion, for coming forward with this information. So, like I said, it's been a very crazy past few days. Like I said, if he is telling the truth, which I said, I kind of have a good feeling about him. If he is telling the truth, I hope that, all this can come to an end and that justice will be done. If for some reason the case that it proves to be a dead end, as far as I'm concerned, I'm at least still glad they're, continuing the investigation for this girl to locate her body, for her family's sake and everything. So, I would like it if this did bring some closure to it. But if it doesn't, at least it still shows to me that they're still actively trying and looking for new tips and things. So, they're apparently still doing more of the dig today on the property. So we might know something by the end of the day. It may be another week. I don't know. But just want to bring it to your all's attention. Like I said, it's affected me a lot because it's so close to home, and where I live and where my family lives. So, just please remember us in this whole thing. And I know some people as well that actually live very close to that area too. And it's obviously a big shock to to be in this little small town and have this kind of activity going on. So, but anyways, that's all from me. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.